Okay, well, let's notice what happened to John the Baptist. I almost forgot to tell the rest of the story. Let's notice what happens to John the Baptist. He said it's not lawful for you to have this adulterous relationship. Okay, Mark 6 and verse 22. His daughter, that is Herodias' daughter, came in and danced. Herod and his guests were delighted with her. The king told the girl, ask for anything you want, and I'll give it to you. And he swore an oath to her, I'll give you anything you ask for, up to half of the kingdom, half of my kingdom. So she went and asked her mother, what should I ask for, Mom? Her mother said, ask for the head of John the Baptist. You know, this woman did not like John the Baptist speaking out against her evil. Now, my point is this. It cost John the Baptist his head for speaking out against the powers that be. And it could cost you your head. It could get you killed. And I think for that reason, we would rather, as Christians, lay low, not get involved, play church, hide behind our glass cathedrals, you know, and not do anything. Did you know that a third of Christians don't even bother to vote? I mean, if this isn't insanity, I don't know what is. Because the reason I say that is this, you know, who is it that is supposed to have principle and values and Christian values? Who is it that is supposed to know what God requires? Well, it's supposed to be the Christians. And if you don't vote, you're allowing the non-believers, the unbelievers, the pagans, those who despise and hate God, you're allowing them to vote if you're not willing to stand up for your values and vote your conscience. Now, I admit when we vote, you know, really when you vote, you're just choosing the lesser of two evils. But you should stand up for the lesser of two evils. In other words, if I'm looking at two candidates and one knows what constitutes a marriage and the other one does not, I'm going to vote for the one who knows what constitutes a marriage, because that's what God expects from me. To vote for what I know is right. I don't kid myself in thinking that any candidate is going to solve all my problems that I have or that this world has. I do not vote according to my pocketbook. The government cannot give you anything that it doesn't take from someone else. So it has nothing for me as far as voting because someone's going to put some money in my pocket. That's not the reason I vote. I vote according to character, the character of a man. That's how I vote. Now, let's consider this. Every prophet God sent was political. In that, he was sent to those who govern. You know, you can study this for yourself. Just look at the prophets that God sent. God didn't send these prophets to Joe Blow down the street who didn't matter what he said or what he did. Anyway, God sent the prophets. All of them were political in the sense that they were sent to those who govern. Now, when I talk about this, don't misunderstand me. I'm not talking about starting a power base, that Christians ought to get together and start a coalition. And, you know, I'm not talking about that because that scares people. That scares people. You know, people think, oh boy, these religious fanatics, I mean, that's the last thing we need is something like that. I'm not talking about starting a power base. What the Bible tells us is that we as Christians are to be leaven, like leavening in a society. We are to spread out. And individually, one-on-one, and we are to vote our conscience, and we are to vote for morality, and we are to stand up and speak against evil when we see it. In the workplace, at home, you know, in your business, we are to speak up for that when we see evil. To remain silent over these issues of morality, such as refusing to vote, you know, that can destroy you. That can destroy a nation. When those who do know what is right refuse to even vote. It's amazing, but it's true. It's true. A third of Christians don't even bother to vote.